Hi CC families, week 3 is in the books and I'm here to bring you the recap. Unfortunately I wasn't able to stay the whole time. Braden popped a little fever at the beginning of the day, so we got new grammar done and started art, and then thankfully Miss Christina, thank you so much Christina, stepped in and filled in for us the rest of the way. But I'm just going to go over what we did for new grammar specifically. We started with geography and we have a little hand gestures to go to remember. Let's see. So I did them a little bit out of order so that they could go more geographically in a way that's easier to remember. So it was Phoenicia, and then we put our hand under the second one, Israel, Jordan. Then we flipped it over and circled the Sea of Galilee, and then came down the Jordan River, and then at the bottom we circled the Dead Sea. So we looked at them on the map and they kind of fall in that order. So Phoenicia, Israel, Judah, Sea of Galilee, Jordan River, and then Dead Sea. So that was geography for this week, and that was for the Hebrew Empire. Then we went on to math, and there's a chant, kind of a chant for Skip Counting the Fives, and then a new song, whole new melody and everything for Skip Counting the Sixes. So we just sang that along a couple of times, and we did a few movements along with that to see. We kind of clapped and drummed on the table some, and got the kids moving along with that one. For prepositions, if you remember last week we started where we're going to do that song, and so it was about, above, across, kind of going down, after, against. So then we continue this week with along, amid, so along the arm, amid, and then around, kind of like the stewardess, around, and then, I'm sorry, among. So along, amid, among, and then around, at, and atop. So that was our prepositions for this week. So about, above, across, after, against, along, amid, among, around, at, atop. So that's where we are so far. For history, there's a song. CC has a song, if you have the CDs or the app, that goes through the Greek and Roman gods, Zeus, Jupiter, Hera, Juno, goes back and forth like that. We sang through that, and they had fun saying some of these fun names. For Latin, there's also a song on the app to go with the first declension noun endings, and so we did like patting the legs, and we spun around kind of at the end, and lots of activity this week, keeping their little bodies moving. For timeline, we had Hinduism, like the snake in India, Phoenicians and the alphabet, so that was fun, kind of drawing back to Phoenicia that we just did, Phoenicia, Israel, Judah. So we had Hinduism in India, Phoenicians and the alphabet, and we signed ABC. We did the Olmecs of Mesoamerica, and Israelite, Exodus, like they're leaving, Exodus, and desert wandering, we're so hot. Israelite conquest and judges, and then Greek Dark Ages, Israel's United Kingdom. For science, so what are some parts of an animal cell? We kind of went through that a couple of times, and we would always do Golgi bodies and kind of shake our bodies. At the end, we squatted down the whole time and then stood up at the end and did Golgi bodies, and then I think we maybe turned in a circle and the end did Golgi bodies, or popped up and down, and in the end we were Golgi bodies. So they had a lot of fun with that. The presentation, my bad, I forgot to send out that we were going to work on confidence, so we'll just put confidence for next week. Trust and rely on God to boldly share your message. So presentation for week 4, we'll do that. Science was, we flip-flopped the weeks because of the weather, so this week science was on pollution, and we kind of talked about that with the water and disbursement of the food coloring. So feel free to, you can continue to bring that into your week with pollution in any way that you see fit. Maybe that's a good topic of conversation, just to keep bringing that idea to their head. And then we did, for fine arts, it was upside down drawing, upside down images. So that's also something that they can have a lot of fun with. We showed them a picture of a glyph of a panther, and also you can find this on InsideTheLines.com. Awesome resource for this art stuff, going through oils all the way through. It's a CC family, and they do a great job. So I got the idea from her, and I got a glyph of a panther and showed the students, and see if they could identify it, looking at it correctly. And then we flipped it upside down and then talked about more of the components of oils with the curved lines and zigzags and closed circles and open circles. And they identified that. And so I explained how when we draw upside down, that a lot of times you can break the, instead of your brain trying to draw what it knows you're drawing, you actually look at the components of it and you're able to more accurately represent that. So that was fun. So y'all can practice that this week with anything. See if we can't find something and they can flip it upside down and then look at it and try to draw it based on the actual shapes that they're seeing instead of their brain telling them what they're trying to attempt. So if y'all have any questions, as always, do feel free to reach out. Hope you have a great week and see you Friday.